The University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Touchdown, Kenjon Stewart. Yeah, I got your speed right here.
Hey, Barner, 10, outside 5. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy Jonathan Stewart and your co-host, Kenjon Barner, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. And we have a special guest, LeGarrette Blount. Oh, yeah.
Yay. Okay. Set the vibe then. Set the vibe
Yeah.
then. Yeah, I like that.
Listen,
Okay.
listen. I want to get this thing started with saying this. You are one of the most highly anticipated interviews that we've had yet. I got on the internet the other day asking, just trying to check the temperature a little bit. Ask the fan base, Duck fans, who do y'all want to see next on the pod? I know who we got coming. I didn't already talk to you. Okay,
Right.
I'm just trying to see if great minds think alike. Okay, and so I'm scrolling down. Okay, LeGarrette. Okay, LeGarrette. But even going back before then, people have been wanting to see your face and wanting to hear from you. So, man, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, 3-time Super Bowl champion, one of the all-time leading touchdown getters in the postseason, amazing career, my dog, businessman, entrepreneur, father, everything you need him to be, LeGarrette Blount, baby. How are we doing, brother? How we doing?
Man, we good, man. Hey, man, the introduction was amazing. I appreciate it, man. Every
man.
word of it, man. So I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all having me on as well, bro. It's highly anticipated. Been trying to set this up for a while, so
Yes,
here we are.
have. Yes, we have. Here we are.
Young LG, man. I remember when I first saw you. My last year, I was getting ready to get up out of there, and Coach Cam, he was like, "Hey, we gonna be okay. So don't you look back. You see that big old joker over there? he can talk. He can tote that rock." And I remember your visit, your energy, man. Everything about you, dog. You was a duck all the way through. I'm so
appreciate
glad
it.
that you came to the University of Oregon.
I appreciate it, man. The visit was hands down, the best that I had. Definitely had a blast with you, bro. I mean, y'all showed me around. Y'all showed me the works. It was dope.
Yeah, man.
It was a no-brainer once I got around, certain people and stuff. So, I appreciate that. You was the first person I knew that I had ever seen in person play the piano, my boy.
Oh, really?
I had never seen anybody play the piano.
Well, there it is then.
Yeah.
You know,
my dog
I
hadn't
do
got
got
it
a
right.
little. I got a little musical talent. You know what I'm saying? I had a little. That was early in my days, Kenjon. I had a little studio at the edge of my bed.
Okay.
My dog had getting it right.
You didn't upgrade it. Then.
I didn't upgrade, didn't I?
You didn't cave
Won't
on
he
up.
do it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, he was nice on that thing, boy. I'd never seen that, I had never seen that before. That was just new to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, my dog play the piano and play football.
Well,
But
listen,
nice.
let's start this thing right there. You getting to Oregon, what was that process like? What was it? What was the recruiting like? What was the conversation like? I know you had other options. I know you was probably highly touted out there in Florida. So what was it about Oregon that got you to commit to the school and get on campus?
Man, a big thing was, my couple of days there, like I said, man, Stu led the way. It was dope. He treated me like family. And he kind of gave me a little insight of him leaving and stuff like that. Cause I think maybe Coach Cam might have been the only one that knew that he was leaving maybe. And, I think he told me at the time, and that was kind of one of the major factors in if I was going to come or not, because I had only 2 years left and I didn't want to have to, sit behind anyone or, have to go prove myself yet again. So that was one of the major factors in it. And the fact that, Stu and all the success he had, one of the first games I saw of him was the Sun Bowl. And they put that game up for me to watch, like his little highlights and stuff. And Like, man, nobody had ever done anything like, like this remotely close like this to me. Like when I went to Florida State or any of these other places, they didn't like, pull out the red carpet. So I thought that was really, really dope. And another main thing was the fact that they was gonna make sure that my parents was able to come watch me play. That was huge.
That's dope.
Mm,
That's amazing right there.
that's awesome, especially being so far away. That had to be clutch.
That was big time. That was huge for me.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Perry, Florida. Shout out to
Shout out to
Perry.
Perry,
Yeah,
Florida,
shout out to
P-Phone.
Perry.
How many other players came out of Perry, Florida?
That made it to the league. I mean, it might be some practice squad guys. It might be like some camp guys. I think I'm really the only one that's ever like played in an actual game.
Look, I was just about to say
Mhm.
what he basically saying is
He's
me,
the only dog out of there.
LeGarrette.
Man, kinda.
Look, you ain't said it, I said it, okay? You ain't have to say it. Man, but
They
listen,
they got some out there, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, with that place being the way it is, it's such a small place, and it's not a lot of things around it. And the only thing that you could possibly do a lot of the times is just what we do.
Yeah,
What you usually do is, you either play sports or you get embedded into something that's not safe and not good for you. So
yeah. I had a question. You know, to that point, being from where you are, and God blessing you to shine the way you have. Like, what? Because I mean, we started this conversation off, off log, you know, about basically an angel, right? Like, what angels in your life, bro? Because I'm really stuck on this. Like, there's people that come into our lives that really navigate and like get us out of situations or prevent us from situations or whatever it is, or help us promote ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
like having someone in the back corner that's really rooting for you. Like, who is that for you back home?
Oh man, 100% my mom. Like, no
Hmm.
question, no question. I mean, that's, she's gonna be the person that's made probably the biggest and made the most sacrifices for me to be successful, than anyone. And I'm saying that with full intent. Like she did everything that was possible for me to do, even when it wasn't there for her to be able to do. She found a way to make sure that I got everything that I needed. And that went all the way through like my junior college years, like all of that. It went all the way through that, so I mean, unequivocally her.
that's a beautiful thing. Family, like I said, was just saying, family is absolutely everything. I know for me, it was my family. You know what I'm saying? It was my mom, my dad, my sister, the sacrifices. And when we're young, we don't truly understand the sacrifices that our family members, that our parents and other family members are truly making on our behalf, and what they're putting in and what they're losing, what debt they're incurring for us to be in the spaces and places that we end up in. But as we grow up and we get older and we become aware of real life and what it took, it gives us such a greater appreciation for the things that they did. The love and the sacrifice is something that really oftentimes go unsaid and unnoticed. So shout out to Mama Blunt, for
Yeah,
making sure
Yeah.
that her baby boy got put in place and got put in position to get to where he got to. So staying right
yeah,
there in Perry, Florida, LG, what was it like growing up? Because we've had conversation, but for those that don't know LeGarrette Blount and don't know about Perry, Florida, and don't know where you come from and the things that you had to avoid in order to get to the place that you stand in today, what was it like growing up for you? What did you have to avoid? What was the environment?
Man, it was a small town, um, a bunch of white people, not a lot of black people. Uh, and I in true and full transparency, racism was a huge part of where I grew up. And I know it's not the way it used to be, but that's a huge part, man. And there was things that happened, throughout like my life that you always question like how, why is this still happening? How is this still happening? And so it's a lot of that went around, and it's people that handled it a very different way than I handled it. And unfortunately for some of them, they just didn't get the opportunity to continue, to grow, as far as like life wise. I mean, they didn't get a chance to go to college and stuff because they was in jail, or they was doing this, that, and the other. And that was just one major thing that was kind of holding a lot of people back. It is evident, they didn't hide it. So, that's one thing. And I would say that, the fact that, people don't believe in a lot of people at where I'm from. Like, if someone says that they want to, and I know this might be everywhere, but if someone says like, "Oh, what do you want to do for, a living?" and you tell them you want to play football, that's like blasphemy to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mm.
you ain't gonna never do that. Like, and I know that's everywhere, but like it's prominent in Florida. Like all the way to the points where, I got my first opportunity in the league is when they believed that I had a chance to get to the league.
Mm.
So, you don't have a lot of support. That's why having family close and having family members be the ones that, have your back all the time is vital to the success of anybody there.
That's huge, man. I think a lot of the youth, a lot of the kids need to hear that, especially real time, whatever you're going through, and you got people that care about you and love you and support you. You need to really lean in on that because when you do have people that care about you, that's one of God's major blessings. Um, because without that, man, they would be right. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you ain't getting out of that. It's like and if it wasn't for the love of your moms and the people that really seen things through, for me it's my mom. And then the reason why, I asked that question, and it should always really be your parents, right? But some people don't have that, right? But like 9 times out of 10, it's moms. Mom's love, mom's prayers, mom's cooking is what gets you to the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially them prayers.
Mom's everything is how you like in all reality, like that's I just don't see. I mean, I do see people that their mom wasn't that person, but I just find it extremely hard to believe that they're that I mean that anyone's mom. And Kenyon, I've seen your mom, dog. I
Yeah.
know how your mom and dad rock about you. You know what I'm saying? So I know how it is, and that's how it was for me. Our parents done met, they know how it is for they were vital parts of everything. They still are to this day.
Yeah.
You said something as you were talking about where you were from, and it was in regards to people placing their own expectations and limitations on you. And so to the young cats out there, even to some adult, everybody will have an expectation. Everybody will place their expectations on you. But that doesn't put you in a box. You don't have
That's
to limit yourself according to what everybody else says you can do or what you won't do. Your level of success is based upon and what it is based upon and will be wherever and however you take it. It's your definition of it. It's how you explain it. It's how you break it down. So for you not to be confined to the expectations of the environment around you and those people, bro, that's kudos to you, especially coming in an environment where there's not a lot of that, a lot of support, and a lot of people there in your corner to back you to help you get to where you want to be.
one thing about it is your friends, bro. Like you gotta watch the company you keep, man. Before you know it, 2, 3 years done went by, and nothing that you wanted in life by the time that you're whatever age you are has happened. And these guys done moved on. Probably a couple of them done went to jail. Probably one done went to college, and you stuck here. You know what I'm saying? So not that friends aren't important, but like, man, I mean, that you got to deal with. You got yourself to depend on, and again, that inner circle. Like, cause man, I've had a lot of friends that have been real close friends until they weren't.
It's that old saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah, that's good advice, fellas.
Let's jump into some football. Let's kind of we gonna fast forward and then we gonna backtrack and we gonna come forward again and then we gonna put a bone in this thing, tie it up and make it presentable to the people.
Yes, sir.
But listen, you go undrafted after having a career at Oregon, get into some trouble. We all know what we're talking about when we say that. But you go
Right.
undrafted, but you still turn in a 9-year career. Talk about that process because one, you had the talent. You knew how good you were. We all knew how good you were. Then to get there on draft day and not hear your name called, and then really have to get it out the mud and create your own lane, your own, and do everything. Really, like I said, get it out the mud and do it yourself. Make your own path because we all understand. For me and Stu, let me say this correctly. Stu's a little bit different. Stu had that one attached to his name, okay? So it's a little bit different. But for the guy, For the guys that are drafted, there is much more leeway. There's much more opportunity for guys that are
Yeah.
drafted rather than
You got
guys
a
that
lot
come
more
in.
slack.
Yeah, you can get away with a lot more. You have more opportunities, more chances. You have more chances to get it wrong before you get it right than anybody else ever will in the league if you've been drafted. And the later you get, the margin kind of slims down a little bit. But for you, somebody who didn't get their name called, but knowing what type of talent you have, what was that process like for you mentally? How did you have to prepare yourself for the NFL not hearing your name called?
I'm prepared with some guys that got drafted early, so I knew how to prepare for it. But I know that they obviously had went through things, that I didn't because their names got called. I'll share it with you. I mean, this might be a picture that you probably can find on Facebook or Instagram. I was in like the fourth or fifth round, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, but after the first couple of rounds, I had my family around, both of my grandmas and my grandpa at the time, were alive to, witness this moment that I felt like I was going to still get regardless. Um, and you might have to, I was saying that to say this, there's a picture that you might see that me and my mom left out of that that trailer that we was watching it in a trailer park at my sister's trailer. Uh, and me and my mom walked up out of there because she kind of saw me kind of getting like kind of down in the dump. Like, I'm thinking to myself, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and this ain't no slight or knock against any of the guys that got drafted in front of me. Like, there's no knock at all. But I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're telling me that this many guys are better than me right now. There's no way that none of y'all in the NFL that has looked at me play think that. And it's going through my head, and I'm kind of showing it as an expression on my face. And my mom kind of said, "Hey, let's get up and walk. Let's take a walk." And as we walk, and I ain't never really told nobody what we talked about, but I'll say, she said that, hey, you know what talent you bring to the table. You know what kind of player you are. You know what kind of person you are. Don't let that one event change the experience that you're gonna have whenever you get on the NFL team. You know, we know that you're gonna have an opportunity here, but don't let, what's going on in this draft affect how you enter the NFL. And we walked and we talked. Well, I might have been eating a hamburger or something at the time. And we walked around the block and we came back and I kind of got into like the fifth or sixth round and I got a phone call from Mike Singletary, with the San Francisco 49ers. And I'll never forget. This was the fifth or sixth round, and he said, if you're here in the sixth round, we're gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, I'm excited. I don't give a fuck if it's sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, whatever, however many rounds it is. I know it's seven, but I'm saying I don't care. Like I'm getting drafted, I'm getting
Yeah,
chose. So somebody cares. And I'll never forget they drafted Anthony Dixon, running back from Mississippi State.
remember that.
Um, and that might have been the sixth or the seventh round. So sixth round, then he called me back and was like, "Hey man, he was there on our board, and they had him high on the board. So if he was available, they were going to take him. And if you're available in the seventh round, we're going to take you again. Yada yada yada. I forget who the last pick was for them. But then he called me afterwards and was like, "Hey man, we want to sign you to a free agency deal with the San Francisco 49ers." And bro, that probably was going to end up being the last organization that I would have ever signed with after that experience. You know what I'm saying? Calling me in between rounds, telling me you're gonna pick me, only to pick a different running back and then someone else in the last round, like, and then you call me to tell me, hey man, we want you a part of our organization. We want you a part of our team, man. Sorry we didn't draft you, but yada yada yada. We think you're gonna flourish here. I'm like, I appreciate it, coach. And at the time I accepted because I thought that was my only opportunity.
Yeah.
But then Jeff Fisher called me from Tennessee and obviously, CJ2K had just ran for his whatever yardage, and I called Singletary back, and I'm like, I thought this was gonna be my only opportunity, but it wasn't. I don't want to play for you. And I called Jeff Fisher, say, hey man, I'm gonna be a Tennessee Titan, and kind of the rest of it is kind of history from there. And
Yeah.
that's like a little bit of it that I ain't never told nobody, because it hit the heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I don't think people realize, being not just an athlete, a world renowned athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to play college football out of all the players in high school and to go through your process even, right? And to be acknowledged as to fans and peers as, oh, that's a dog right there, right? And to go through this draft experience only to like go through this like anxiety basically, right? Of, man, does anybody want me?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Does anybody want me and believe in me?
Yeah.
Like that's the undertones of what guys are experiencing. What people see on TV is the flash and, oh, you get to play in the NFL, free agency or not. Like, no, we going through, I grind every single day to show my work. And when you have a resume like you had, shoot, in 1 year, you had a resume. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew who LeGarrette Blount was when you put that Oregon jersey on out the gate. And to go through that process and basically be blackballed, in my opinion, because there's some guys on that list. You ain't got to say it. There's some guys on that list that is not better than you. A lot of them.
1,000% with that. 1,000%.
I appreciate it.
What people got to understand, you got to have pride to play this game. This ain't that you have to have some level of pride to play college football, NFL football. So to what LG was talking about, that process of watching people get, I lived that. So I know exactly what you mean. You watching round after round after round go by and you're seeing these backs get picked. You like, come on. Like, you can't be serious. Like, him?
Yeah, bro, because I'm
Yeah. Him?
I'm
him.
You got drafted in what round? You have the third?
I got
Yeah.
drafted in the 6th.
The 6th? Then the
Yeah.
6th?
Yeah.
See, bro, that's blasphemy to me, bro. That's crazy to even think.
Yeah.
Bro, that's just even crazier just for my mind to wrap my head around. Like, you mean to tell me that it's that many backs in the league? You mean to tell me that it's that many backs in the draft? Bro, how many of them backs ever rushed for 200 yards in a game?
Yeah,
I just don't see it, bro. You rushed for 300 yards in one game.
we
You can't even do
understand
that in
it's a
high
lot.
school.
I'm
was
looking
crazy to
looking
me,
at the
bro.
list right now. 2010. It ain't got it.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. But at the same time with that, when we say it was blackball, we understand why it didn't happen. The situation
right.
at Boise. So we got to recognize
Correct.
that, and we can't just put it on.
Yeah, we ain't gonna gloss over.
No, you can't just put
Right,
it
right.
on the fact that he was blackballed. There was a mistake that was made. There was
Right.
a moment. There was a moment in time that I know for a fact, my dog. I was right there. I know he wished he could have took it back. I seen
Yeah.
I seen the pain. I seen how much it hurt him. I seen him the weeks after that. I watched my dude be
You one of the main
broken.
people I called.
Yeah, I know how broken he was behind that situation. But we can't put it off on that he was black when my dog made a mistake.
Made a
He
mistake.
had a moment in time that you can't get back. And so that
Yeah.
if we're being honest, that's what cost my dog. That's what cost you
Mhm.
getting drafted. We all know that. We can all say
100%.
that. We can look back on it and acknowledge it as that and not be mad at it, because at the end of the day, you turned into a 3-time Super Bowl champion, one of the greatest rushing backs in postseason history, and you're here. You're here.
Yeah.
It's you live to tell the story. That
Got a beautiful family.
mistake didn't kill you. It didn't put a
Right.
nail in the coffin.
Right.
Oftentimes that could have put a nail in the coffin for somebody. And yeah, when we make mistakes, we got to go the hard way. We got to. It's consequences that come with our action. For every action, there's a reaction. For a reaction, there's a consequence, and we got to live that. And LG had to live that. And we've had conversations.
100%.
So to that, now that we're there and we've traveled backwards, you go through that process, LG, and I know what the process was like for you because again, we talked. I seen you. I was over there off a Gateway. You know what I'm saying? I know what it was like.
Gateway?
Yeah, shout out to
Off
Gateway.
Gateway, beat up.
So to that, bro, going through that process, to these we had Trayshawn on last episode, and he had a moment in time where he made a mistake in the Ohio State game, made a poor decision, cost him a couple games. But again, somebody that's able to shake back, somebody that's able to look himself in the mirror, acknowledge his faults, make an adjustment, say he was wrong, and move forward. You were able to do that. You got another opportunity later on that season against Oregon State, and now what they call the rivalry game. you had an opportunity. But during that process, what did that process do for you, bro? Because again, that process was long. There was a lot of doubt. There was uncertainty. What was that process like for you, and how did you change LeGarrette that we had once seen to the new version that you came back as?
I had to check myself, bro, I had to look in the mirror and tell myself, like, because I had an opportunity in front of me. It was either stay there and be with my team and be a good teammate and understand
Mhm.
that I'm not gonna play, but I can practice and I can be at everything and meetings and stuff like that. Or I could tell him, hey man, F y'all, kick rocks, like how could y'all do this to me? Even though, obviously I know what led to the incident. Um, I could ask, how could y'all do this to me and, go a different direction. So I talked about it with, of course, my one and only, mom and pops, and I talked to them about it and they said they think that I was leaning towards staying, but I needed confirmation. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And so they was like, I think you should stay. I think you should work through it. It's a decision that you made, regardless of what was said or done, you made the decision to act the way you did. I think you stick it out, go to practice and show your teammates that you care about them. Not that you care about anything else, that you care about them. Like, show them that you care about them. Like, if you leave, it'll be it's basically shooting them the bird, giving them the middle finger, like, damn, bro, it's F us then, huh? And I never want to come off that way. I've always been a good teammate, man, and I always wanted to stand on that. So, just grinding through those weeks of not being able to play and knowing that I'm not gonna be able to play and going out there with my hat on and stuff, it's just
Yeah.
standing on the field, looking around, knowing that I can't suit up to help my guys, that was tough for me. And, a few weeks down the line, Chip kind of said, "Hey man, I think you've done enough. Sit and let's make sure that you can put you on a trajectory to where you can get back into the game and play." And so, I kind of got eligible against, I think, Arizona. And for being on, I was eligible. And then he kind of let me back against the Oregon State game. I felt I had a little bit more to prove because obviously Michael is going absolutely insane.
Nuts.
And Kenyon is following the act of that, and in my eyes, it's a glimpse of me and JJ in years past, and you and
Mhm.
JJ in years past. That's what it looked like when they was there. I'm like, so I'm knowing that I'm not getting, I know I'm not getting the kind of burn that I'm used to getting. So I just want to make the most of it. And given the fact that I got in there while we were losing, and I had an opportunity to make a big play, that cranked me up.
I
That
gotta
really
cut
cranked
you
me
Yeah.
up
off
to
because you're
show me
not
that they
saying it
really
correctly.
cared.
I gotta
Yeah, it
cut you off.
wasn't just a
You
big
not
play.
not it's not only that. I do this to Stu from time to time on here because listen. Say it correctly. Say what it is. Say what it is, and mean what. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You came
You
in that Oregon State game and completely changed the game by yourself. That was a game that was going
dismantled.
back and forth. A game that we was kind of the game was teetering and heading towards Oregon State. Momentum was in their favor. We were kind of stalling out. You came in a game, and when you hit that boy and shook that stadium up and took the
That's
air
what
out
his
of the
name.
stadium.
His name was Christic, something
Oh,
Christic.
you
I
remember his
remember them
name?
talking about him at practice all
Call him
week, bro.
call him by
This
his
gonna be
name,
a
man.
high draft pick, all that.
What's his
Yo,
what
Call him
was his
by his
first
name.
name?
Keaton Christic or something like that. Christic.
Listen, Stu, the hit was so loud. Listen, when I tell you it took the air out of the stadium and then filled the stadium with air again, from
So I was
that,
like,
oh, it literally changed the game. That play put the momentum back on our side and put. I'm a big Hunger Games fan, and they say may the odds forever be in your favor. The odds wasn't in our favor until LG came in that game. So no, say it correctly. You are a lot. There's a lot of plays that contribute to wins, but there's certain plays that happen where you could point directly into and say this play determined the outcome of that game. Chip making the decision to take myself and LaMichael out the game and put the game in your hands is what is the reason why Oregon was able to get back to its first Rose Bowl since Joey Harrington and the crazy amount of years that have been. So no, say it correctly. You didn't come in and do a little bit. You didn't come in and kind of no. You came in and saved that season
yeah.
1000%. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'll say it for you.
Definitely, bro. It woke something up in me, and the way that the team reacted, bro. Coach Cam jumped up and gave me a hug, bro. He had to
Yeah.
be one of the happiest people in the world for me at that
I
moment.
was happy. I remember watching it. I was like, that gave me chills, bro.
Listen,
Like whenever you hear like of a redemption story, that's where it begins.
Coach Cam came and gave me the biggest hug, bro. He almost popped my head off.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
bro. He was so happy, bro, because he was fighting and pushing, behind the scenes for me to get back out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. He
Oh,
was
Coach
really
Cam,
fighting and
man.
pushing, like, all right, man, it's time to get LG back going. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a couple weeks or, whatever, but he was really pushing for me, a heavy advocate for me.
And then for us as your teammates, we seen you out there at practice knowing you not playing, but you still out there on scout team. You not a scout team player.
Giving them the business.
Giving them the best look, giving them a better look than they was gonna get in games because they wasn't gonna run up against nothing like that. So for us to see you day in and day out and come and die to yourself the way that you did, that was a moment for all of us. That was a moment that was like, hell yeah. Like he deserved that. Like he earned that. Like that was a moment for us as a family to see you get that opportunity to go out there and do what you did. So that sent chills up. Literally, I got chills right now.
I got chills.
I can feel it. I can feel that moment. I can hear the crowd. And not only that, but the excitement and that kind of release that you had after. LG had that where he get up, he gonna throw his hand in the air. He got that little, you know what I'm saying? So, for him to be able to get back out there and find his groove and feel that feeling that not many know what you have to be a player to know what Alton feels like. So for you to be able to get back out there and feel that, like that was a moment to be had.
Right.
And that was in the old school jerseys too, right?
Yeah, them throwback things.
Yeah, we was throwback out there.
Yeah, throwback
We was
like
throwback guys. Might have been
throwback like
that might have been the first
like a
time we won.
Cadillac
Maybe
with
that was
four
the second
flats
time
and
we
a diamond in
won.
the back. Okay, yeah, we was throwback. But you also said something again, and I was gonna say this later on, but I think there's no better time than now. LG was always a great teammate.
Yeah.
We all had moments. I remember one time in the summer, LG had us out there running for 3 hours. I think we
What'd you do, dog?
LG wasn't doing it no more.
Hey, I was over with, bro. I had to stop.
Hey, Coach Rad had us out there for so long. And LG had this thing where he'd be like, "You got me messed up, dog. You got me messed up, dog."
Got hostile out there, boy.
It got real hostile.
Like, bro, Coach Rad, I'm out here 240-something pounds, bro. I can't be.
And it was hot.
We had the soccer team,
everybody, and it was hot.
Oh yeah, I remember them days.
I was like, bro, I can't run like that, man.
It was hot. But to that point, going through all that you went through, getting to the league, having some of the situations in the league, you still managed, and I said this earlier, to turn in a 9-year career where most guys would have been done after year 1, year 2, year 3, after certain, and that says a lot about you and what I say about kids and don't let your talent get you somewhere your character can't keep you.
Character.
And one thing about you is that you've always been a great locker room dude. You've always been somebody that guys loved having around. Bill Belichick don't bring guys around. He through the Bill Walsh, what they call it, the Bill Walsh,
the Bill Walsh Foundation. Yeah,
the Bill Walsh Foundation. He brought you back. Bill don't bring guys. He's not bringing guys around a team that he don't like. But LG has always been a guy that you wanted around. He's always been a light in the locker room. He was gonna make you laugh. He was gonna make you smile. He was gonna be there for you. He was gonna pick you up when you was down. LG has always been a locker room guy. So that says a lot about you, bro. Regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you've done, regardless of the trials and tribulations that you faced, you always maintained who you were at your core. And that's the reason you turned in a 9-year career and able to do the things that you're able to do today. So shout out to you, bro. And I'm extremely happy for you, extremely grateful for you. But back to this football. Now that
what was it? I want to get back to this football. What was it like being teammates for the Philadelphia Eagles?
That's my dog.
Because
what was it like being teammates?
You posted something
at Philly.
Yeah, with Kenjon, man. Because I saw this post.
That's my
Y'all
dog,
sitting in the
bro.
end zone.
Hey, KP,
y'all
can I tell him a couple?
Get ready to play. I'm just over here like, man, I'm Jones, and I wish I was a part of that team. And I was still playing for the Panthers.
Let me tell you a little story about my dog, Kenyon. Hey, My dog used to pull up to my crib
Yep.
every week or two, wash them clothes and eat good.
And get gone. Absolutely,
Hey, my dog
1000%.
wash them clothes, eat good. Hey, and just like we all do. All right, dog, I'm gonna catch you at practice
All right,
tomorrow.
dog.
I'ma holla at you.
Hey,
LG.
my dog
What
washed them
y'all was
clothes
eating,
real
bro?
quick.
What was y'all eating though?
Whatever mermaid,
And she was
Oh,
throwing
okay.
down.
Down.
We
huh?
was eating
Pork
good.
chops, chicken. What's
whatever
good?
mer was cooking.
We wasn't hungry. I'm gonna tell you that
Yeah.
much. We
Shout
wasn't
Chicken,
out.
hungry.
French fries, lasagna, whatever it was she was cooking.
Whatever it was.
We eating that. My dog washing the
Mhm.
clothes, and then when they dry, my dog gonna snatch the plate to go and get
I'm up
missed.
out
All
of there.
right, y'all.
I'm up out of
Yeah.
there.
LG,
I'm
what was the
outta there.
heaviest you at? What was the heaviest you've been at playing with?
Ooh,
I know
ooh,
that
why you
answer.
did that? Oh, that's crazy.
Listen,
Hey,
this I go.
Hey,
I'm gonna be real with you.
Hey, I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
I'm gonna be real with you. This embarrassing. All right. I done pulled up and tipped the scale before at not during training camp, but I wouldn't say organized team activities, but like mini camp or whatever, at a whopping 272.
Okay. That
Yeah.
ain't bad.
Well,
I ain't
that
gonna lie
boy,
to you. I thought it
defensive
was
end
heavier
out
than that
there.
because
I supposed to weigh. They wanted me to weigh 244, 243.
ooh, you was
So
I'm
was that
30
balance?
pounds off that.
so wait, because
how'd you get that off?
no, Stu, we gotta get to the nuts and bolts of this thing right quick.
How'd you get it off?
No, not how'd you get it off. For those who don't know, in the NFL, they find you per
Fine
pound.
you per pound.
Per pound. I think my time in Philadelphia, I think it was like $619
Man,
per
you might have
pound.
been paying for. You might have been paying.
He's still paying.
for free.
He's still paying right now.
you owe the cities, huh?
I'm not gonna say who that person was to report the weights, but they reported that I was around 257.
Oh, they looked out for
Around
you.
256.
That's doable.
Now imagine if they didn't like you. Imagine if they didn't like you.
So
That's
I'm
why
gonna
you
just say
gotta be
that.
a good teammate.
That's why you got to be a good dude That's why you got to be a good dude in the around the locker room and around the building, dog. You never know.
They look
never
out
know
for
when
you.
it come in handy.
Listen,
They look out for you.
Stu, them
But
Philly
yeah,
days.
they was gonna tax me, and you know, Kenyon, you done been there. You know, ain't no leniency. Bill,
None.
if that's the tax, that's the tax.
That's the tax.
That's the
Bill,
tax.
Bill ain't
If
cutting
the
you no
tax
slack.
$700 a pound, I don't care how much he like you. You could tell him, "Hey man, nah, man, listen, it's all good. Cut that check a little bit less this week."
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Point blank period.
Eat less.
And went blank period. It ain't no black and white.
Bill ain't cutting no slack. He ain't giving no favors. Wrong.
But nah, we ain't gonna get past the fact that you said you was gonna reveal your weight too. Now, now you go. Nobody ain't ever asked me that. I need it
So
back.
I got
Bring
you.
that back.
So my rookie year, I was 238. Right. So I maintained that pretty good all the way through year 9. Year 9, I was like, man, look, y'all just gonna have to deal. Y'all gonna have to deal with a little bit. So the heaviest I ever was playing was 251.
251.
Them boys was
251.
fat.
So
that ain't bad though.
It ain't bad, but like for how I was
That ain't
maintained.
bad, boy. You was Mike Tolbert. What are we talking about?
But for how I was maintained, for the majority of my career, my playing weight was 245, 240. But that 251, it felt like I
felt different, huh?
I felt like I was moving in quicksand, boy.
So the heaviest I've played at, I would say the heaviest I've played at, I was in Pittsburgh. Oh, they let you do whatever over there. But I'm getting on the scale 265, 264 on a consistent basis. They saying, ooh, yeah, big dog. They ain't saying lose the weight or nothing. They just said, oh, okay, there we go, big dog. Like Mike Tomlin ain't telling me nothing. So when I left there after like week 9 or 10 and went back to New England, Bill gave me number 64 jersey all week in practice. He said you're gonna wear it. He said you're gonna wear this jersey till you get down to my playing weight.
Wow.
Stu, that
Good
is
on
I
Bill.
wore
Bill,
number
man. Let's
16,
stay on
64 for
Bill.
about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Bill don't put no punches. Bill don't put no punches. Bro, story time with KB and J Stu.
KB.
When I was in New England, I couldn't catch a punt to save my life at all. That wind was whooping my butt out there. So was Joe Judge there when you was there? So look, you know, Joe Judge is a real high strong, high energy. What the? Bro, I'm not paying you no mind. So Bill, you know, Bill got this walk. He got a football in his hand, but Bill got this. He got this walk to him. He coming straight up the field. He comes stand right next to me. We both looking at the punt team. We standing there. I look at him. He look at me. He said, "Well, what did we sign you for?" I looked at Bill. I said, "I'm wondering the same thing."
Oh no!
I said, "I'm wondering the
same thing.
I said, "I'm wondering the same thing right now." And he said, "Listen, if you can't catch the damn ball, just hold the ball." And tried to hand me a football. I said, "Oh no, this is a test. This is a test right here. No, I'm not holding no football."
I ain't going out like that.
So I said, "You better not hold it. You're gonna be up out of there as soon as practice over." Listen, New England was you know how they say the NFL is a revolving door? The NFL is not a revolving door. New England was a revolving door. We had squad meetings every Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was. And this how we starting the meeting off. We cut Joe Smith, we cut Namath, we got him, we cut him, we brought him in. Damn, they just got here.
I just had lunch with him.
New England was a revolving door. Okay. New England. But this is the type of cat that Bill is. We was just walking together, LG. We was just walking together. Hey, let me holler at you right quick. Bring your playbook. Damn, he up out of here. Go
ahead, dap him up real quick.
This is the type of cat that Bill is. Yeah, all right, bro. I'll holler at you.
Yeah, man.
I'll holler at you. Listen.
Bro, I remember the time, boy. Yeah, we talked about this already, didn't we? We probably talked about you leaving the Panthers.
Uh-huh.
Boy, you want to talk about tears, LG?
Boy, listen.
Man, you would have thought somebody like
you
got
thought
shot
somebody
that
died. You thought
man,
somebody
we was
died.
we was at the locker room like
Boo-hoo.
at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Coach Skip gave us extra time.
Yeah.
To deal.
We was hurting.
See, that's crazy.
As a unit.
Them boy,
As a unit.
Nah, I feel you because look, anytime you have someone that you are close with leave the team, bro, it feels. But I'm telling you, bro, it's like you lost your best home, like your best friend of a lifetime. That's what it feels like.
It feels
bro.
like betrayal. It feels like betrayal. Is what it feels like. It's like,
Ken, you didn't come.
Yo, hold up, y'all wasn't supposed to let me know.
I got to Philly in 14.
You was there for camp and everything, huh?
Yo, you talking about in
you
17?
Came late, huh? 17.
No, when Sproles tore his ACL
Got
and
hurt.
broke his arm. That was like week 3. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
That's when I came. That's a crazy story in itself right there.
Man,
Shout out to D.
I my
Sproles.
dog, bro. I say, hell no. Did we just become best friends again?
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. I was hyped, bro.
Ryan,
Like,
you gotta
hell
put
yeah,
that
this what I'm talking
Ryan,
about.
you gotta put that Step Brothers clip in there.
Hey,
yeah, bro.
For
Listen,
real,
Stu,
bro.
them
That's how I
times in
feel, bro.
Philly,
I'm like, yeah,
I got
bro.
so many.
Like, bring my dog.
I got so many videos on my phone of us. Do you remember? Listen, do you
Hey,
remember when Jay
some
Ajayi
meetings
had
that
them?
happened, some incidents that happened.
Boy,
bro,
y'all
that
had
happened.
Jay Ajayi.
Listen,
I
bro,
forgot about
I was
him.
only on the team with Kenyon for that 1 year, I think. We might have crossed paths in New England on the way, like out or whatever, but that was the funnest year of football in my whole career, bro. I kid you
Bro,
not.
it looked like it was
the
fun.
funnest. But I'm saying if that happened, if we wasn't winning, it wouldn't have been fun.
It wouldn't have been fun. LG, do you remember when Jay Ajayi had them orthotics and them Yeezys?
Bro, come on. Yes, bro. Yeah, but he had the orthotics.
Jay,
my dog had the orthotics.
No, we're not
Mr.
gonna.
Mr.
We're not gonna do him. Look, we can't do it.
We can't do it like that. On here to talk about this.
No, we can't do him like that because bro already mad at me for making him go viral. We gonna leave Jay alone.
The trailer. Bro, listen.
Yeah, we gonna leave Jay alone. We gonna leave Jay alone.
Let my dog ride,
But,
man. Rude boy finesse.
We had so many moments in Philly, bro.
Who was the runner? Who was in that running back room?
You had Jay Ajayi, you had LG, you had Corey Clement, you had me, you had Wendell Smallwood, you had Donnell Pumphrey, and then you had Darren Sproles.
Pump, bro. Pump got to be one of the most infamous rookies of all time.
Listen,
Oh,
I'm gonna tell the story. I'm
what?
gonna air it out
Tell
now.
it,
Call me
bruh.
a snitch. So look,
Laundry out.
So look,
Laundry out.
I don't know who we blowing out, right? But we are dogging it. Wendell Smallwood is playing tic-tac-toe on the sideline on a whiteboard with somebody. Don't nobody know yet. It's Donnell Pumphrey and Wendell Smallwood playing, and they got the TV caught. You know, it's cameras. They catching everything. So, bro, we have meetings the next that Monday too.
Oh, no, you told me about this.
Yes. And so everything going good in the meeting. We laughing, ha, keying. And Doug goes, yeah, I want to show you guys something else. And it's a clip of, now mind you, Wendell had just been, he was like, bro, I hope don't nobody know. And when Doug said, yeah, I want to show you guys something else, he clicked the button. All you see is Wendell. Wendell sunk down in his seat. I said, oh, damn.
My dogs, they was
Boy,
live
listen.
and live action playing tic-tac-toe. My dog said, they out here fighting for
Caught-
our
wow.
Candid
and y'all
camera.
playing tic-tac-toe.
While y'all was losing?
No,
Or
Nah,
we
we
was
was
blowing
blasting
y'all was
we
somebody.
was blowing the team out. Waxing them.
Okay.
It was terrible. Boy, listen, we went in that meeting room and LG being LG recorded the whole thing.
Conversation.
What? It wasn't a conversation.
Dog,
Boy,
Stu,
we
I gotta
felt-
send this to you, Stu. I'm gonna send it.
we felt like kids in that meeting room. We felt like kids, and Deuce was our daddy
Yeah.
at that moment. Boy, the way he was talking, he was cussing them dudes out something so crazy.
Boy,
You want to play tic-tac-toe? They out here fighting for their motherfucking lives.
and y'all
I
on
got
the
your
sideline
tic-tac-toe.
playing tic-tac, a mother,
Tic-tac-toe.
tic-tac in a toe.
He said, no,
motherfucking
if I was
X's and
Doug,
O's.
I would have called you
do
out
it like
right
X's and O's
then.
right here.
Yeah. He said, you motherfuckers is playing tic-tac-toe. They come to you on the sideline. You can't help him with nothing. You can't help him.
You can't
I'm
say
like,
you
oh.
can hit that backside on the inside zone or nothing. You can't tell him. All you can tell him is nothing. It's X and a motherfucking O.
In an X and a motherfucking O.
Bruh, that's one of the most historic meetings
Oh,
I've ever had in my whole
no way.
football career, bro. I'm talking
Listen.
NFL, college, everything, bruh.
Like Deuce had to be like pink red. Like,
No,
I
listen.
know he light skinned, so he had to be
Deuce-
like hot.
Bro,
Man,
he
my dude
was
done almost
fuming.
my dude done almost locked somebody in the room and fought him.
So y'all thought he was about to fight?
Oh, he was about to
Bro.
fight Pump. Go ahead and
Bro.
tell him.
Yes, bro. He was for the lock. He was like, bro, you want? Let's block this motherfucking door. Everybody step out and let's do what we do.
Boy, listen.
Yeah, tear this
Listen.
motherfucker up. That's what he said, bro.
Right now.
How small was the meeting room? Was it
Boy,
big
it was
or
small,
was
bro.
it small?
Dude's shoulders was already wide to wide in that thing. You know how wide back
Bruh, it
he is.
wasn't,
Dude's
bruh.
got a
It's a
wide
small
back.
room, dog.
No,
Man.
listen.
The chairs that
And
we
he got
had
that
in there,
grown man
it was
strength
so
right
small that
now.
we had to move some chairs out so that our chairs could be, so we could fit our chairs in there.
That's because we had them. That's because we had them big massage chairs in there.
Which was great.
Boy, they was phenomenal.
Y'all was in there asleep.
What?
That's another story.
Man,
We're gonna leave that
look,
where it's at for another
the
episode.
meeting rooms, boy.
Listen,
After a while, the meetings, you just gotta let me go to sleep.
listen, boy. We had some times, but listen. Staying right there with the NFL in your time, what stories do you have planned in New England? I know you got some. I know that locker room was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. I'll tell this story.
Okay, talk to me.
There was an incident. Jules can kind of clarify this. Whether the details or whatever. So we had an incident where I come back from injury. I had just came back from like the hip injury or whatever, and me, Duron Harmon, Deion Lewis, all those we out there coming back from injury. We working out or whatever, and we running. So we gotta do the 2060s or whatever. That's part of our workout for the day before we get out for the weekend or whatever. So we done got we done started doing them. So H say, do y'all want to go all the way through and hit 20, or do y'all want to take the break in the middle? So me, I need that break,
I
H.
want the break.
I need that 2 minutes, H. I need that. 20 of these back. I need that 20. I need that break, H. Jules come over there and say, you don't need the break. Let's just do it all the way through. I'm like, nah, Jules, I need that break. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I need that. Just shut up and do it. Oh, Lord. I don't know why he said that. Look, hey, all of a sudden I got a second win. I ain't tired no more. I'm cranked up. Man, you Jules. I'm like, man, nah, bro. Bro, we gotta do it. We gotta do it half and half. Like, he was like, man, nah, bro. Shut up, bro. Let's just do the 20 through and through. So me and Jules done got into it back and forth. I said, when I get in the locker room, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And when I say, so we done went back and forth. We done did our little 20. I'm hot. I'm red hot. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm walking straight to the locker room. I sat by. I'm sitting by. I'm hot, boy. We done did it now. So technically it's really just over, but I'm turned up. You done told me to shut up in front of everybody. You trying to bit dog me. I done walked in there, took the shirt off,
Ego
sat
been
in Jules' locker.
Not sat in his locker.
Man, I'm sitting right there, but I'm right there where the stool is. I'm sitting right there on the stool, right there in front. Man, hey, man, bro, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to there. Man, listen, LG, bro, it ain't even like that. You know, we're good, you know what I'm saying? You know, me and you teammates, bro, I don't mean it like that. I just wanted to go ahead and knock it out, da-da-da. Like, I ain't mean to tell you to shut up. So I'm like, nah, bro, I'm a grown man. Like, bro, I don't know who you think you is. I don't care if you're a captain or nothing, but you ain't gonna talk to me like that. I'm like, bro, I'll beat your mother, da-da-da-da-da. And Judge, my dog say, yeah, nah, we don't need to take it there. We cool. I'm like, yeah, we cool, dog. Yeah, we good. We good.
And do it like a straight OG.
Yeah, we straight, dog. But ain't like
I
that,
see
boy.
a problem. I see a problem
Ain't like
here.
that, my dog
Let
had
me
me tight.
abort.
Yeah, listen,
That's
dude.
That's
You know
one.
what it's
I
like.
got a story where I got into it with Josh and Tom too.
I'm very interested in this.
So we had just had an install meeting. So we went out to do, you know, obviously at OTAs and stuff, you still do like the offense and stuff like that. So we went in the meetings and Josh changed something with the play. And I remember it distinctly because I'm like, all right, when we go out here, this one thing, I know I ain't gonna mess this up. So we went out, you know, and I forget what the one thing was, but we had our little practice or whatever. And that play came up and I did what we had installed that morning. And Josh was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro, this is what you just told. Like, we just went over this morning. Like, bro, you told me to do this, da. It's like, no, that's not it. Like, it's not what we're doing, LG. And I'm like, bro, what you screaming for? Like, what you yelling for? And and 12 was like, I'm like, bro, what you screaming for? I'm like, bro, me and you obviously remembering this different, but I got it in my notes if you want to see it, yada, yada, yada. Like, what you doing all that yelling for? Something about you don't never get it right, just get out of here. Da, da, da. I'm like, well, damn, bro, you tripping over nothing. And when he said that, 12 was like, LG, just shut up and get out of the drill. Or, you know, just shut up and get out of the way. I'm like, who the fuck you think you talking to, bro? I don't give a fuck if you Tom Brady, John Brady, whoever you, I don't give a fuck who you is, bro. You ain't talk to me like that. Like, you got me effed up, da, da, da. My dog Bill came over like, all right, y'all chill. Like y'all chill, so he sent me in or whatever. And after that,
But listen, what they don't know, LG, about Tom.
At the
Tom
end,
would go there.
I ended up being right, and Josh apologized to me. I ended up being right. I was right that time. 12 say, just get out. You say, shut up, just get out of the way. I'm like, bro, who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to, bro?
So
Y'all
I got a question,
today.
LG. Was you always questioning like that?
No. But when the voices get
like
raised, and when you like, I feel like the intent behind it was kind of like,
no. You said no. Wait. You said no.
You
said no.
Nah.
You said no.
I said no.
Huh?
Oh, tell the truth, shame the devil.
Honda. What?
What? Toyotas.
Listen,
Hey,
I'm
listen.
gonna give you a pass.
Hey, whenever that felt like it needed to be pushed out there, that kind of pressure or energy, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to apply that.
You on that time.
I appreciate that about you though. Like, you consistent.
Very.
Like
very.
I got a question for you though, because somewhere along the way in your journey, you did learn how to channel that energy, right? Like, talk about that, because I think a lot of kids out here, they like to act tough. They like to act a certain way that they not necessarily really
Built
not
like that.
You know what I'm saying? but when you were, you grew up how you grew up. You know what I'm saying? I like hearing your story. Like there's challenges that have, not gone your way and been put in situations along your journey that have built you to who you are.
Right.
And your reactions are triggers and all the things that, you know, that happen along our journey. And we get in situations where, man, look, that's just my response. That was my reaction based off of trauma, right? You've been able to master, in my opinion, like going through college, going through Tennessee, going through being in Pittsburgh, up there with, you know, the the personalities, right? Being in New England with personalities, egos, all of that. How have you learned, even to this moment where you coaching now, right? Like you got kids, you got a family. What is the biggest thing that you learned about LeGarrette Blount?
I'd say one of the biggest things that I've learned about myself is the fact that I just got so much love and knowledge to give to the youth, like younger kids than me, just high schoolers, youth. Like I got so much experience and knowledge to just give. Um, and I try my best to just let that overflow. Anytime that I have those kids around. That's why I coach youth football. That's why I coach, high school football and all these things is because I have a wealth of knowledge and experience that a lot of these guys just don't have. And if they do have that experience, they're ashamed of it, and I'm just not.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
and maybe I would if it wasn't in such in the public eye, but I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? And I embrace it and I address it whenever it's asked, and just think like experience and knowledge. That's just big for me. Like I want these kids to have the opportunities to have a smooth sailing life, and with the understanding that there's going to be bumps in the road, and you got to be strong enough to face adversity and not fold.
Yeah.
Um, that's a big thing for me. That was a big thing that was preached to me as a kid. Like, man, you gotta at the end of the day, man, you gotta be a man. Like, and I'm not, and this isn't just for guys or whatever, but I'm just saying like that's just what was preached for me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, you gotta be a man, bro. You gotta handle things as a man. Obviously this is, any circumstance can be, anything can be applied, to, women or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like for me, it was, you a man, bro. So you got to conduct yourself as such and show, up as a man,
Hmm.
and that's I give that to my son. I give that to my younger son. I give that to my kids in general. To at the end of the day, bro, there's gonna be things that's not gonna go your way. You got to figure out a way to channel it and use that energy for what you want to do next. How are you gonna react to this not going your way? Either you gonna fold or you gonna apply more pressure to get to where you want to be or what you want to do.
You brought up your boy, and what you just said was phenomenal. And I
Yeah.
can attest to that. One, as a young cat, and I'm saying young cat as if I'm you younger than me. But
Right.
for me being a young cat coming into Oregon, you being an older cat, you always poured that love. You always tried to show people the ropes. As Kendrick Lamar say, show people the rope before they hang themselves from it.
Mm.
You've always done that. So I can absolutely 1000% attest to what you just said. That ain't just lip service. That's who LG is. But you bring up your boy. You get one, you coach his 7v17. What was that like? And then we get to not that long ago, your boy get offered by the very man that coached you in the league, Mr. Bill
Yeah.
Belichick. What was that like? How was that experience for you and the young fella? And what did that do for you as a
Yeah.
father?
Give us the rundown,
Yeah,
man.
man. You just brought up your boy.
Right.
And shout out to LB. One, you used to coach his 7v17. What was that like for you as a father coaching your son in 7-on-7 football? And then not so long ago, the very man that coached you in the NFL, who you won Super Bowls with, Bill Belichick, offers your son a scholarship. What was that like? Give us the inside scoop on that. How was that? How did you guys celebrate? What did that do for you as a father?
Man, it's huge as a father, man. I'll say LB is probably the main reason that I got into the youth space. For the simple fact that I was watching it when he was a flag football player, like playing NFL flag and stuff like that. I was watching it, and I was looking at older groups play tackle and stuff like that, and I'm just seeing like they're not getting the kind of coaching. I mean, don't get me wrong, because these guys are giving up their hard-earned time and effort, and they're not getting paid for this, and they're volunteering. So all respect to them. But they're just not knowledgeable enough to coach the kids, in certain aspects of the game that require safety or that require, a lot of knowledge and, what you're doing in the game. A lot of these guys were just coaching like, hey man, let's line up a hit and let's be a tough team and yada yada yada. And that's great, like that's cool and all. That's how I grew up too, so I understand it. But they wasn't teaching like, bro, good tackling form, get your head across, like little basic stuff like that. And that's what made me get involved, because I didn't want LB to be taught by guys that didn't know what they were talking about. And then that just kind of just my passion for it. Like before then, I didn't know like I loved coaching or being around kids and stuff like that because I had just retired from the league. But my passion for it grew
Yeah.
instantly, instantly. So I was always gonna be like a something on the team or help out this way or that way, and to the point where I was like, okay, bro, I think I'm nice enough as a coach to get my own team, have my own team. I think it was like 12U or whatever, and put a good football team together. And we kind of did from there. And then at that point, my passion grew and grew, and I saw LB developing into a pretty solid football player. Like I'm not saying that he didn't grow to be the greatest, or you know what I'm saying, but I'm seeing him develop and grow as a football player, like understanding concepts when the pass game, understanding what goes on the defensive side of the ball and stuff. And so once I got to the high school level and saw that again, some of these coaches just aren't, they just aren't good enough. They're not qualified, but they're the best of what you have to
Yeah.
offer. And that just kinda got me into the space that I wanna continuously be. And I don't wanna be like Dion. I'm not saying I wanna be like Dion, but I wanna be a part of my kid's development and know that he's developing the right way. And, the beneficiaries of it is, all the kids that come with us and be a part of what we got going on, they're gonna all learn things the right way and how to do things the right way as well.
Talk to us about the moment where you guys got word of Bill Belichick over there at North Kakalaki offering a young bull.
So me and Steve got on the phone like a day before. Me and Steve, he FaceTimed me, bro. Me and Steve talking to them. And he was like, bro, yada, yada, yada. Guess who's here? And he turned the phone camera, and it's Jamie Lee. Jamie Collins. Jamie Lee up in there with his feet on the table, laid back, stretched back like Jamie Lee do. And the first thing he says, "What up, Fi? You pulling up?" So I'm like, nah, know what I'm saying? I ain't pulling up just yet, and unless Bill got an intern, spot or a job for me, you know, I ain't finna pull up to North Carolina. I'll come up there and, holler at you and Steve, but it is what it is, right? It was like, man, I've been, I guess, and Steve was like, I've been watching you, boy. I've seen his videos, yada, yada, yada. Like, I know he a baller. Like, send me his little tape or whatever, his little clips or his plays or whatever. So I sent it to him, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna, we're gonna see what it looks like to offer him, bro. He's a ball player, obviously the offer come through the big guy. So he's out of town right now. I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow, or if he approves, we're gonna call him, shoot the offer to LB." And so Steve FaceTimed me like 2 days later. It was like, I got somebody that want to talk to you. He gave Bill the phone. It was like, "What's up, LG?" I'm like, "What's up, Bill?" Da, da, da. He was like, "Man, I heard you about your son. He's a good football player, yada, yada, yada. Congratulations. We want to throw him the offer." I'm like, "I appreciate it." You know what I'm saying? Da, da, da. I'm like, "Oh, by the way, Bill, just in case you need another running back coach, I'm here for you. Like, I got everything you need. Da, 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 da." So he started laughing, right? So I got this little notebook, I've been keeping it because these are the philosophies that I teach my football teams. I go by these philosophies with my teams. And a lot of these is Bill philosophies, right?
Yeah.
Be accountable, practice preparation, make game reality, physical at the line, you win the ball running, you win the game, run the ball, stop the run. You know how I go,
Yeah,
King
yeah.
Run,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
showing him these things, right? And he was like, "Yeah, yeah." damn, I ain't know that you was that detailed, LG. I'm like, yeah, I'm that detailed. I keep
Yeah.
notes. I do now write notes now. You probably never check my notes, but I'm like, you probably remember me as falling asleep in every meeting you probably directed. You probably looking at me at some point and seeing me dozed off, like, you know what I'm saying, on the slick. You know what I'm saying? But these notes right here, all from when I was with you, Bill. And like, I pay attention. He was like, man, that's impressive. Like, damn, that makes me smile. Like, I'm happy that, I kind of had that effect on you. And then, they shot LB the offer and it was like, obviously, they can't call him or whatever. So I called him and let him know. And my dog was ecstatic, bro. He remembers personal experiences with Bill. Like, for instance, I was standing on the football field doing interviews. They'll walk into the tunnel and stuff with Bill and go sit in the family room or, whatever, at the time Miss Linda was around and she was always really nice to the kids.
Shout
And,
out to Miss
you know,
Linda.
shout out to Miss Linda, man. You know what I'm saying? So they was always like dope. And so for LB, that came full circle. It really, really, really meant a lot to him because he was like, damn, Bill still remembers me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome, man.
It was fire though. It was dope, bro. My dog was smiling from ear to ear. He posted it on Twitter and Instagram and asked me, should I tag Bill? Should I tag you? He was juiced, bro. He didn't know what to do. I'm like, bro, this ain't your first offer. Just posted the same way. He was like, nah, do you do something
It's
special for
different.
Bill?
It's
Or
different.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
different.
no,
That was
like
different.
so he felt like it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this Bill, Dad. Like, this is Bill. Like, so I understand. So he was really excited about it. That was an exciting moment for our home in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A historical moment within the household, but
For sure.
collegiately.
Yeah.
Like, it's historical. Like,
Yeah, no, it was big time, bro. It
yeah,
made
man.
us it made all of us really, really happy, bro. We smiled and laughed about it and it asked, man, now who do you call about your position and call, who do you call like to get the one up on whoever you're going to,
Yeah.
gonna have to compete with in college. And first people you thought about was Devin McCourty and Akeem Tlaib.
Yep.
Devin and Akeem. So, we kind of, that it was dope, bro. It was a cool experience for him. And the fact that it went viral everywhere made him like feel a little bit better.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not gonna hold you for too much longer, but we got a few more questions we need to get to.
Yeah, what's up?
That's good with you?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, Stu, you got something first?
I want to get to the business, man.
Look, that's where I was going. Get out my
I
kitchen
want to
cabinet.
get to the business.
Get out
What's
my kitchen
going on,
cabinet,
business,
brother.
man?
Yeah, man. So I got me a cannabis company, but basically geared towards getting away from, pain pills and opioids and all of this stuff and just letting people know that, bro, there's obviously a different way. So I got a company and it's called LeGarrette Blount's World Champion Cannabis. I got 3 strands, that relate to me. One is LeGarrette Punch. I had to get it. I had to get it.
You
I
got
had
that.
to do
Get
it.
it. Get your
Right.
lick back.
The other
Get
one
your
is
lick
World
back.
World
LG.
Champion OG.
LG, you got that Hout pack?
That's the LeGarrette Punch. Throw it out there. I throw him some if you need it. Bro, so let me tell y'all a funny story, bro, before we get in there deeper. But this is going to be a quick story.
Okay.
That guy's dad lives in Arizona.
Oh.
Marissa's cousin goes to the same gym as him. Marissa's cousin had a shirt on, a hoodie on that said LeGarrette Blount Jr. And this guy said, "Oh, my son played against him in college." She said, "Oh yeah, that's cool." He was like, "Yeah, my son is the guy that, got into the altercation with him after the game or whatever." And she said, "Oh yeah, I heard he said such and such and such and such," and the guy was like, "Yeah, man, we're not gonna talk about that. That's neither here nor there. We don't want to say that he did or didn't say anything like that." And from then on, she said that for the rest of the workout, he went to the opposite side of the gym and worked out, and she stayed at this side of the gym and worked out. She said she ain't seen him at the gym since then.
Oh,
Guilty.
man. Yeah,
Guilty.
That's
as
crazy.
charged.
Guilty,
Guilty
guilty,
as
guilty,
charged.
guilty.
Right. But that was just a little quick funny story. But back to what I was saying, like my company, bro, it's been doing really, really well, bro. I'm not gonna say that athletes love it, but I will say as a former athlete, I love it. It takes the edge off. It makes me calm down. It handles my anxiety, something that I know a lot of us as players and former players deal with. Um, and it's frowned upon. And that's cool. It's frowned upon, but just know that it doesn't enhance anything and it doesn't make you a superhuman or anything like that. It handles anxiety, it handles pain, you know what I'm saying? It handles a lot of things that we just don't look at it as a medicine, and everybody is frowned upon it as a drug.
Mm.
Um, and I'm here to say, like, again, man, to each his own, but this was the best way that I knew how to handle the stresses and the physical pain of what it takes to be in the NFL.
So if people wanted to support your company and learn more about your company, where could they go to find that information?
They can go to lgscannabis.com.
LG's.
Yep, LG's worldclasscannabis.com.
There we go. There it is.
Yes, sir.
I got one more thing for you, then we'll get you up out of here.
What's up?
You have an amazing legacy as a football player, a legacy that your son could look to and that your children could look to. What does it mean for you to be in a position as a father to be able to help your son generate and start in his own legacy?
Man, it means the world to me. Thank you for that too, bro. I appreciate it. You know, you obviously can't hear that enough. But it means the world to me, bro, because you know, obviously my kids are my world. Uh, you know, LB is in this spot now. You know, Tiara is obviously finna graduate high school soon. But LB's in this, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's 17, bro. She's gonna be 18 in May, bro. I'm sick. But
Wow.
yeah.
Dang.
Man, my
What
dog
kind of
driving.
advice you got for some? What
She
daughter
Tesla
advice you
riding
can
right
give me?
now, boy. She Tesla riding.
Hey.
Tesla ride.
Tesla
What advice
riding.
can you give me for my 8-year-old daughter right now?
What advice I can give you for your? So I got a 7-year-old. I don't know if she act like Toon, but Toon bad, bro. So I'm telling you, bro. Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you this right here. If she is not introduced to Fortnite and video games, don't introduce that.
Mm.
If you have, you gotta put a limit on that. I don't know what it is about the Fortnite game, bro, but we started out, we letting them play it, we let them do this, that, and the other, and then, bro, at some point in time, we put a limit on that game. Like, hey, bro, you only got an hour. My dog do that hour and get off of that game and spaz out. Boy, he be tripping. Run up and through the house. Why can't I play? Like, I'm telling you, bro, you don't want to start that, dog.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because it's hard to break. It's hard to break, bro. I wish I never introduced him to video. I'm not gonna say video games because he can play some games and he can get off and he can. I would not introduce Fortnite.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, I took you off the
Yeah, you
train track there.
You took
But
him off
go
that
back.
legacy question. You took him off
Yeah,
that
Go
legacy
back to the
question.
legacy, big dog.
But as far as like his legacy, like my legacy, bro, I appreciate it. But I just wanna is all the small, fine details and fine things that I didn't get to do that my dad didn't tell me because he didn't obviously just didn't know at the time. Um, and my mom just didn't know at the time. It's just like the little small gems, like understanding that, you know, if you want to make it to this level, this is what's got to be important. If you want to do this, this is what's got to be important. He's at the age now, and I can tell y'all this. He's at the age now where, you know, obviously girls come around. He then became this big, like, you know, whatever, you know, he then posted, you know, he then got offers and stuff. He's a freshman, 15 years old, whatever. So girls coming around, and
Yeah, Bill and
I'm
his
telling them this,
Say
Rolodex.
like,
whatever,
bro, in
whatever.
all honesty, and yeah, in all honesty, bro, I'm telling you this, like, I know girls gonna come around, I know you gonna like them, I know they gonna like you in all honesty, though, but to be real, they have no room in what your plan is. As of right now, they have no room in what your plan is. If your plan is to do what I did, girls weren't a part of my plan. And that's just me being blatantly honest. Like that schoolwork, schoolwork is vital to his success. I don't care if you go to college and play one down. At least you go to school for free, and you're gonna get your education. You know, so forth and so on. Now, whatever happens there, you know, whether you end up being a first round draft pick, if you leave, you know, number one overall, if you leave as a junior, whatever, that's here nor there. Um, and just keep the main thing, bro. Right? The
Mhm.
main thing is you have a vision of yourself trying to get somewhere. This is the list of things that you got to do to get there. It's up to you to do it. So I've given you the resources. You got the people that you can call to work out. You got the people that you can call if you need tutoring for school. You got the people that you can call for your nutrition. If you need a nutrition, obviously your mom cook a lot, but if you need a nutrition plan or whatever, you got the people to call for that. Um, and I just tell them, always be respectful. I always say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. You stand up straight and look a man in the eye when you talk to him. You shake his hand firm. Like all this right here, whenever they talk to like these coaches and college coaches, man, they all come back and tell me this. Like, man, damn, you got a respectful son. Damn, he
Yeah.
look at us in our face and shake our hand firm when he talk to us. Like, I could tell he a genuine kid when he talk. Like all of those things are like all that feedback makes me feel that I'm doing a really good job as a dad.
Well, you are, man.
That's one of the highest compliments you could give a father is when you deal with their kids and when their kids leave their presence, they come to you and tell you, man, you got a great kid.
Yeah.
Our kids are a
Huge
reflection of
compliment,
who we
bro.
are.
One of the
It
highest.
is. Yeah, our kids are a reflection of who we are as parents. And me personally, going back to them Philly days, being able to be around you and the family, be in the house with you and LB, I've seen the work that you put in with them. I've seen the time that you've put in. I've seen the instruction. I've seen the discipline. I've seen it. So for LB to be turning into the young cat that he is, it's no surprise. I want to commend you, LG. I want to give you all your flowers, your roses, your lilies, your dailies, your tulips,
I
everything that I
appreciate it,
could
bro.
possibly give you, because I've seen you at your worst and I've seen you at your best. And I'll say this, I still haven't seen you at your best yet because you continue to get better. So
I appreciate that.
continue to grow, continue to evolve, continue to develop as a man, as a businessman, as a father. Just continue to grow, bro. Continue, as my grandmama used to say, just keep living. Keep living and keep doing it the right way, bro. I love you, and I'm so glad we was able to have you on and get this time with you. We went well over the time, but time fly when you having fun. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And you got a lot to offer. I think a lot of these young cats could really. Everybody loves success stories, but within that success story, it's the failures that people can really learn from. That these young cats can, the shortcomings, the missteps, the falls. Those are the things that I like to highlight. That we like to highlight when we get certain guys on here, because it's not the glitz and the glamours, but it's the story that's told, like I said, through those falls and through being able to
Right.
get back up. And you have a hell of a story, bro. A hell of a story,
I
and a story
appreciate
that
it, bro.
more people should hear. A story that you need to put out there for the world to hear, because there's a lot of kids out there who are like LG, who at one point in time weren't in control of themselves, who can listen to a guy like you and be able to gain control through inspiration of somebody who was once in their footsteps and now is standing where you are. So shout out to you, man. Again, I love you, bro.
I
Congratulations on
appreciate it, bro. Love
everything
you
that
too,
you got
bro.
going on.
Yeah,
brother.
love you, LG.
Love you
Yeah,
too,
bro.
dog. I will say this, man. Since we started the show off with prayer, my dog is a God-fearing man, bro. So LB got baptized, bro. So it makes me happy, and it makes me feel really fulfilled in my spirit and in my heart. Cause I go in his room sometimes, and I'll see his Bible open.
Mm,
Oh, I see a bookmarker in his Bible where he was reading it at.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, that fills my spirit with so much joy, especially the fact that y'all started this open with prayer. I don't have to tell him to look at his Bible. I don't have to make him. I don't have to remind him. I give him 4 verses. I'm like, bro, you read verses 21, 23, 91, 93 Psalms. You read those every day. You read those every single day. And he just gets more familiar and more familiar with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So that really makes me feel like I know he's listening to everything I'm giving him.
Yeah. That's
I,
beautiful, man. You got a powerful voice in that household.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate y'all having me on too, but that meant a lot. I know it took a while, but we here though.
we got it
Nah, I
done.
loved it. Every
Absolutely.
last second.
I want to hit you with this, LG. It's something that I talk to my son about, because my son wants to play football, and I'm like, I don't know, but I tell him, I said, son, there's nothing better than I can give you than God. The most important thing I could ever share with you, the most important thing I could ever introduce you to it. Forget football, forget business, forget anything. The greatest gift that I could give to my child is the gift of the Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus.
100%.
That's the greatest gift I can give him, because he can do things for my child that I could never do for him.
Not even
And
close.
so, again, bro, I commend you. I salute you. Hats off to you. And I know the people gonna love this one.
No, I appreciate it, man. I can't wait, bro. Y'all let me know, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me, bro. Anytime I can help, bro. Anytime y'all want me back on, bro, just don't hesitate to give me a call.
Love you, brother.
All right, fellas. Love you guys, man. Appreciate y'all, G.
I don't think it's gonna get too much better than that.
Nah,
That was
I love that, man.
that was one of them ones.
The stories y'all got
Listen,
are amazing, next level. Like
And-
we could do a whole series.
and there's more.
And is that what it's called?
And there's more.
And there's more.
Listen, we from our Philly. I mean, we didn't even get into our days at Oregon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the stories that me and that dude and the crews that we had, we got stories galore. I was excited about this interview. One, because I know the perception that certain people have of LG. But me knowing LG personally, this was an opportunity for LG to reintroduce himself to them and for these people to forget the guy of old. You know, oftentimes we get stuck up on situations and circumstance, and we lock people into a box based on their mistakes. That right there is growth, and we kind of touched on that with Trey Sean, but LG is a hell of a man and always has been. Comes from a different background, as he spoke about. Made some mistakes, made plenty mistakes, but it's not about the mistakes. It's about how you get up and bounce back. And he got up and bounced back every single time, and it become better and better and better and better. So I was super excited about this interview. I really was.
Yeah, I loved hearing, just kind of what he was raised in, his family, and just, when you talk to a guy like him, you getting the authenticity of a human being.
Yes.
And when you're around someone like that, no matter what they might have done in the past, no matter what you think they are, you're going to leave feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel talking to him, I always feel lighter.
Yeah.
Because he's so raw. It's almost like an invitation to just be yourself.
Be you. Let the wall down.
Just be you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why he's such a good teammate. You know what I'm saying? And it must be something in the water, though, because, like, even just hearing how you were a part of his healing, to be honest, right? Through his experience at Oregon, having guys in a locker room that has the emotional intelligence, you know what I'm saying, to really grab a guy by the shoulder and say, hey, I see you and you got this.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that in their corner. And that's the reason why I was really just wanting to hone in, because these young people, there's people around you. You just got to have your eyes open to see it. Certain people that you think you might want to hang out with, the cool kids, the cool friends, the cool group, whatever that is that you're thinking, if they not putting their arm around your shoulder through tough times, you know what I'm saying? You missing out, because tough times are definitely gonna come.
If I can't share my failures with you, I don't want to share my success with you.
Exactly.
If I can't share my dark days with you, I don't want to share my light with you. And for LG, he was surrounded by cats that genuinely loved him. That genuinely wanted to see him do well, that genuinely wanted to see him bounce back and get an opportunity. But like you said, when you're a guy that's organic and is real as LG, people are going to flock to you. People are going to want to be around you. People are going to want to support you, because that's a rare human being.
Yeah.
A lot of people, we go through this world and we have this facade on. We wear a mask. We don't truly let people in. We don't truly show people who we truly are. But when you come across somebody who stand in front of you and, hey, what you see is what you get. Nothing more, nothing less. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. If I'm not enough for you, if I'm not good enough, then move on. Those human beings are rare, and LG is a rare human being, and I'm so thankful that we were able to get him on here to share this platform with him, to share his story, to shine light on his story, to shine
redemption.
light, on redemption.
Yeah.
That's what this episode needs to be entitled. Redemption.
Redemption, for sure.
His redemption story. For LG, again, would his mistake have been a loss had he not learned from it? Yes, 1,000%. But as long as you are learning from your past, as long as you are getting better, you're never losing. It's never a loss. It's a win.
Yeah, mistakes can be turned into lessons. Period.
That's all a mistake is. A mistake is a lesson to be learned. That's it.
There it is.
That's it.
Well said there, brother. Brother KB, pastor collection, please.
Well, hallelujah. Amen. Listen, that's all we got time for. We enjoyed this. I know you guys are going to enjoy this episode. Stu, I love you.
Love you too.
And as always, ducks of a feather flock together. And we out.